Question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. Woo! This is your girl Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka I'm back, aka my jaw's still swollen, but that tooth is out, y'all. Woo! Woo!
Woo-hoo.
Yay! So today,
I had that same problem too. I had my root cracked because of something that hit it. I'm not going to say what it was just yet, but I wound up having to get the tooth pulled too. It was awful.
yes. So today is Wellness Wednesday, and if you guys don't already know who that is speaking, that is Michelle Pucciarelli, who's sitting in today.
Hi.
Hi, Michelle.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day. How are you?
A lot better than yesterday.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy because I'm gonna tell you, because when I was hanging out with you over the weekend, when we were showing up for our sister Gwen, and then I was talked to you yesterday, and you were like, "Whoa." I'm like, oh, baby, just rest and relax. I got this. I'll go make a fool of myself when I do the open mic last night.
Well, so for those who don't know, who didn't tune in Monday and Tuesday, over the weekend, we were at the AC Hotel. There was a weekend called the Love Event by Eric Johnson. Mr. Eric Johnson.
So much love. It was so much fun.
It was nice. It was the pink and gray event. And we were there as vendors. The Glitter Factor was there as vendors. She invited me, Reese, come out and share your book with everybody. You know, tell everybody about your book and share the product and all that good stuff. So that Gwen gave me an opportunity to go out there and move my book. And she gave Michelle an opportunity to go out and network and tell the people who we are and what we're about.
Yep.
So yeah, and then Gwen performed Saturday. She hustled her butt up on that stage. Dave said, Gwen hustled her way up on that stage. She got up there. She wrote this. She did what she do. And she did her part. But in the back, there go me and Michelle. And then
I had a blast.
Just one. And then Michelle left on Saturday. So it was just one
I'm sorry. I was tired as dog's balls, really.
She was excited as golf balls, you know. So yes,
it was worth it.
So this is Wellness Wednesday, and we're talking about good stuff and the wellness stuff and all that good stuff. But have you heard about the stuff that's in the news? This is always, you know, I always see this, that when we cover stuff on the Morning Mac show, then I see it again in the news. That's on the local news and stuff. I don't know if we get it first or our source or we just bring it to you, whatever. But it's just awesome. I like to see, well, boom, boom. Like, so this lets me know that I'm on the right track and what I'm telling and giving you the stuff that you guys need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, in the news, we all know this about the poison and the cancer carcinogenics that's in these water bottles that they're using. They're saying that the stuff that they're making the water bottles or the recycled water bottles that we're using, they're giving us water in. People always say, well, I'm drinking bottled water. I'm doing what's healthy for us and I'm doing a good thing. Now it turns out because of cancer, carcinogenics, it's in the stuff, and things aren't so healthy like we think. It seems like it's always like that, unfortunately. But that's how it is. People tell us start drinking this, is good for your health, and then trickle down later. Maybe that wasn't too good for your health. Maybe that caused you to have cancer or caused you to have other stuff going on in your body, in your system. And we really got to be really mindful of this stuff. You know what I mean, Michelle?
Oh, yes, I'm sitting here smoking. Yes, I know what you mean. I grew up on Staten Island. You forget where I'm from. I was living on Staten Island in the 80s when the garbage was still being dumped there. And I'm living 10 minutes away from the dump. I could smell it on a nice summer night. I mean, there was a toxic landfill that I was sniffing in every day before I smoked. I still smoke. But again, I mean, I'm not surprised to hear that eventually too much of anything will kill you.
Well, I'm not saying that too much of anything will kill you. I'm saying what we thought was good, what they make us run to, and we're thinking that's good, and we're being healthy, actually may kill you.
No, I know. But what's good? What's good that man has made? I mean, we know what's good is the stuff like the water, the stuff that grows from the ground, the fresh fruits and vegetable that we now spray with the pesticides to keep the ants and insects off of them. But what's good? What's good is the things that God, the divine universe, the spirit, whoever you believe in, that's what gave us. What you see when you walk around even trees.
Well, that's not what I was saying. I know all of that is good, but we contaminate it. We take the stuff that is good and we contaminate it. So the things that's what's good because of our contamination turns it to what's bad. Like you said, water is good, but the way we package it and sell it is not good.
Nope.
See, that's what I'm saying. The bottles that that's not good. Even the packages that we have with people that buy meat and vegetables. I think corn packed in the package of 5 and a little styrofoam packet wrapped up in the paper. Those are cancer carcinogenics. The stuff that they make and give it to you. Like I can prepare you a delicious meal, but if I give it to you on the garbage can lid, then that kind of diminishes the savoriness of that meal, right?
I'm not coming over for dinner.
That's an example, But Michelle is acting so crazy. Let's get into the first video. I'll give you an example of what I mean. This is a video about spirulina and vitamin B. Everybody says it's good for you. Check this out. And I know a lot of people use this stuff in shakes that think that's promoting health and energy, libido, and all this great stuff. And they think it's an algae.
Spirulina. Now, spirulina is a type of dark green algae that is super concentrated with all sorts of nutrients, which I'm going to get to in a second. But astronauts have a unique problem. They have to prevent bone density depletion, muscular atrophy, metabolic rate changes, loss of body mass, cardiovascular breakdown, and even decreased immunity. They have to carry food that is preserved because they have limited space and they don't have a lot of refrigeration. So things have to be preserved, dehydrated, or freeze-dried. They're in an environment where you have higher amounts of radiation. They have to artificially regulate the oxygen and CO2 and the temperature. So it's a highly controlled environment. So NASA did a huge research project, and this was in the 70s. NASA concluded that spirulina is one of the most powerful, concentrated foods available to mankind. Now, I had to look this up from 3 different references to see if this is true, but they stated that the nutrient value of 1,000 kilograms of fruits and vegetables equate 1 kilogram of spirulina. That is mind-blowing. So spirulina is loaded with potassium, calcium, magnesium, beta-carotene, all 8 essential amino acids. It's a nutrient-dense superfood on steroids without the steroids. It has a really good absorbable iron and folate. It has 6 times more absorption than normal iron supplements. And on top of the nutrients, it has a lot of phytochemicals and chlorophyll that give you health benefits that go beyond these vitamins and minerals and trace minerals. So just from the standpoint of phytonutrients, spirulina can help remove toxins and improve one's immunity. So whether you're deciding to be an astronaut and you're going to fly in space, or you just want some green product that is super nutrient dense, you might want to check out spirulina.
Hey, before you go, if you're benefiting from any of my content, I would...
Okay, first let me clear the air. Spirulina is a bacteria. It's not an algae. You know, people that own the news can tell you anything they want. So they're promoting, these are astronauts. They're going up into outer space. And this is what these astronaut means. You know, like Molly said, health is wealth. And what they do, they give you all of this jargon because, of course, people is paying for this commercial. They give you all this, say, hey, try this. This is good for you. It's got this, and this. Yes, it does, but it also has something in there that you don't want or that the body don't need, you know. And I'm going to go ahead and share that with you all. With Molly, when you get the second video up, you can show them the second video up about what I mean. It's not a blue-green algae. It's a one-cell single amoeba. It's a bacteria, a gut bacteria.
That first video seems a little too good to be true.
Well, they're doing that for astronauts. They're saying this is why astronauts drink spirulina.
Yeah, but again, I love oxygen. I'm on Earth. This is where I know I belong. My feet touch the ground. When I jump, I only go so high. I'm right where I belong. Why? And again, when it's time for me to go, the aliens are gonna come and get me, and I'm gonna be good. But until then, I'm staying right where I am. I don't trust man shooting me into space.
Well, the man shooting you into space is telling everybody, run and get this, is good for this and it's full of vitamin B, but it's not. It's actually the opposite. Spirulina is a bacteria. Bacteria is an organism, and it's been around since the beginning of time. Before man, bacteria has existed in its simplest form. Okay, so don't get that twisted. And we do need some good bacteria for gut health and all that, but do we need a whole lot of bacteria? You know, so by you drinking that, eating that every day, and they're saying, oh, it's a plant. It's not a plant. That's why it's got a lot of protein in it. And they're telling people that are vegans and that's vegetarians, you need to eat spirulina so it can give you vitamin B. Vitamin B, that's all they push. Oh, it's good, this, and that, the other. Well, like I said, I did some digging and some research, and that's not necessarily true. It actually does the opposite of your original vitamin B that your small intestines make for the body. You know, the body is a great machine that everything we need, our body can make on its own. When we get into other things that block the receptors that make the necessary stuff that our body needs, that's when we start getting in trouble and all that good stuff. And Molly do happen to have my second video up. I'm going to share this.
Let's do.
Spirulina is a blue-green algae and is incredibly high in protein, iron, calcium, and is a good source of antioxidants, B vitamins, and other nutrients. However, Dr. Michael Greger has a series of videos on his website, nutritionfacts.org, which suggests that spirulina and all blue-green algae may be dangerous for our health. Studies have found that almost all blue-green algae can produce neurotoxins, including one called BMAA, which has been found in the brains of Alzheimer's patients and ALS Lou Gehrig's patients. BMAA can kill motor nerve cells in the spinal cord, which are the very ones destroyed in ALS. And in fact, a potent neurotoxin was found in spirulina. Spirulina was also found to contain hepatotoxins, which are liver toxins. The question is, though, is spirulina toxic in itself, or does it contain toxins because of contamination by other toxin-producing blue-green algae? Because when spirulina is collected, it can be difficult to know what other algae is also present. There has been some discussion that perhaps buying spirulina from reputable companies that have third-party testing of their products and that state that it is BMAA-free may be an option, but it's still hard to guarantee its safety. So what about the algae omega-3 supplements that many vegans are now taking? Are these safe to consume, or do they too contain liver and neurotoxins? And what about chlorella? Should we avoid it too? Let's hear now from Dr. Michael Greger as he shares his current thoughts on spirulina, algae omega-3, and chlorella supplements. This clip is taken from Dr. Greger's February 2017 Q&A. The link to the whole video will be in the description below. Be sure to check it out. The background noise you can hear is Dr. Greger on his walking treadmill desk. Hopefully, though, it's not too loud.
The omega-3 supplements for microalgae free from BMAA, a neurotoxin associated with ALS and Lou Gehrig's disease, yes. BMAA is made by blue-green algae, so that's why it'd be ideal to stay away from blue-green algae supplements, to stay away from seafood, stay away from spirulina, which can be contaminated with blue-green algae, but chlorella is okay because it's a green algae, not a blue-green algae, and the DHA is from golden algae, completely different, and so don't have to worry about BMAA.
Dr. Greger has written an incredible book called How Not to Die, where he examines the 15 top causes of death in America and explains how nutritional and lifestyle interventions can often outperform medication and help us live healthier lives. Jam-packed full of peer-reviewed scientific evidence, Dr. Greger also shows us which foods to eat and which lifestyle changes to make so we can live longer. It's a New York Times bestseller, and I highly recommend you get yourself a copy. Links will be in the description below.
Okay, I highly recommend that you get yourself a copy of this book right here.
Yeah, I recommend that one too over that other one.
Shades of Blue. But you got to do the research for yourself, and which I did some for you guys. You know, they talk about what the toxins that's in spirulina. Look, I'm going to tell you this: the best way for the vegans to get what they need, because they was trying to push it off and say, "Oh, because you got a vegan diet, you need to take this, you need to take that." The best way for anybody, whether you eat omnivore, herbivore, or a vegetarian, whatever, carnivore, whatever, is the best to get your vitamins from the food that you eat. Meaning there is no pill, there's no quick supplement, there's no quick nothing that you can really do to help the growth and nourish your body. Get it from the natural foods that you eat. And I learned this the hard way. So take it from this big, black, overweight, sickly woman of what not to eat, because I ate every freaking thing that I shouldn't have ate, and maybe what I should ate, maybe ate too much of it. And that's why I'm telling you now. I can tell you what to eat and what not to eat because I ate it for you. I can tell you how to do and not to do because I did it for you. You see what I'm saying? If you don't learn anything by my cautionary tale, health is wealth, learn how not to mess yourself up. So I can tell you the mistakes that I made that can help you really along the way. And the best thing that I can tell people is watch what you put in your body. Because they're saying you are what you eat. Yeah, that's true. You become that. And the only way I can tell people the best way to lose weight, to be healthy, is to do 3 things. You want to know what the 3 things are?
Yes, let's hear it.
Michelle, you can attest to this. You breathe, move, and eat. Or should I add 4 and make sure you get your rest?
And drink your water too. Rest in water. You need
Make sure that's part of.
But I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying. Only because I know nobody believes it whenever I say it, but I had gastric bypass surgery when I was in my early 20s. I was 300 pounds. I come from a family that loves to eat. When we're sad, when we're happy, when we're excited, when somebody dies, when somebody has a baby, we eat all the time. And I got to the point in my life that I knew I wanted to have children one day, but I was also 300 pounds, and that was going to make it, as I got heavier, more difficult. So I decided to have the gastric bypass surgery, which is not a cure, it's a tool. I still have to choose to not eat junk food every day. I still had to choose when I was pregnant with my children, even though I knew not to be having a smoothie, Oreo, wings, and bacon every day. I was pregnant. I was eating for two.
Did
I
you
could let
say
myself go.
Oreo
I'm supposed
wings
to gain
and
weight.
bacon?
What?
Wait a minute. You said
Right.
you had a smoothie made of Oreo wings.
Oh, no. When I was pregnant with my first daughter, Riley, all I wanted to do was eat wings, bacon, Oreos, pickles, and strawberry banana smoothies. That was basically my diet.
Oh, okay.
But she's good now. My three children, she's the one that can hear.
Okay. And people probably like, what? What is Michelle talking about? Michelle, other two daughter has hearing defects. That's what she's saying. She said when she had the first one, she ate all that junk and garbage, and the baby came out healthy. When she had the second two, I don't know what she
much
did.
better. I ate somewhat better, but yeah, it was a little weird that my middle daughter needs hearing aids and my youngest daughter has cochlear implants, which again, most people think, oh, they're hard of hearing, they can't hear. No, they're little superpower little devils because they can read lips, they read body language. And when mommy wants to go to bed at night or maybe have a friend over, I take their shit off and they can't hear. And once they go to sleep,
we're not going to talk about that because
I know, but once they go to sleep, they literally, God forgive me for saying this, they sleep like the dead. They're out. They're out like a light. They don't wake up till the sun comes up. They're a blessing.
They're tired. We're not going to get into that, Michelle. No, you're not going to do that today. We're talking about
the wellness.
Michelle, that's Friday show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
We're doing health and wellness. We promote good stuff today. We talk about the devilish things that parents do to get their kids to go to bed so they can have fun when they go to bed. That's because we can really dive into that. We're going to do that. We're going to dive into that on Friday. Hey, maybe that's the topic.
Maybe.
How do you put your kids to bed so we can, I mean, everybody has done it. Every mother that I know.
It's self-care.
Exactly. Every mother that I know did some trick to get their child to go to bed early so they could adults. Let's say that. Adults.
Self-care is part of wellness.
That is true. But back to what I was saying about the stuff that we put in our body, it's really important, because it breaks down and causes other problems earlier. I wasn't this size. When I got pregnant with Tyree, I was 190 pounds. I'm going to go out here and say it. I was always tall, a big girl. I was like an Amazon. I wasn't sloppy. I wasn't out the box. I had these boobs, but it wasn't this big. And I could look down and see my stuff. Okay. I didn't have the fupa in the way. Okay. So I know about being healthy. I played basketball. We ran track. We did stuff like that in high school and stuff. So, and what I'm saying to you is there's no quick fix. Do you know, I remember when I was younger, I had a diet of stackers. I was working out and going crazy. You know what stackers is? Back in the day, the original stackers, that was messing people's hearts up left and right because it wasn't nothing but speed. I got into it. Let me see. How old was I? I want to say maybe I was 27, 28. And I was working out, and I, for breakfast. This is when McDonald's had the shakers, the salad shakers. In the morning for breakfast, I would get a salad shaker. I would eat a chicken breast and a block of cheese. If I couldn't get the cheese, I would eat the salad shaker, the chicken breast, or 2 eggs. I mean, I had a very high protein diet, and I thought that it was because of me exercising and working out and eating all of that I dropped the weight. You know what I did? Dropped away taking those damn stackers and thinking it's giving me energy, it's giving me vitamins and nutrition, and that wasn't nothing but speed. They had to come back and revamp what stackers was. Anybody remember stackers back in the early 90s or the late 90s? Stackers. That's what it was called. It was purple and pink pills with the yellow thing around. That wasn't nothing but speed.
So many scams to like lose weight. It's ridiculous.
Well, the stackers were because they had you like this. You know, you like when you crashed, you slept for days. And that wasn't good for your heart, your body, your health, your nothing. So that's what I'm telling people. Sometimes we go on these fast diets, these bad diets, and all of these are tools. These are tools to try to jumpstart your metabolism, jumpstart your body back, jumpstart whatever, so you can continue on to lose the weight. But see, we don't want the tools. We want the tools to be the answer. And it's not like that. Even with the gastric bypass, it's a tool.
The answer.
It is not the answer. The answer is you. The answer is mental. You. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Yep.
So with that all being said, Molly, play my third video so we can have some conversation with the people who's tuning in. Okay.
Not all types of vitamin B do the same thing. Symptoms of a vitamin B deficiency depend on what type of vitamin B you lack. This video lists and describes the most important B vitamins and what can happen if you don't get enough of them. Vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 deficiency typically leads to anemia. It can also result in dementia, paranoia, depression, and behavioral changes, including confusion in older adults. Irreversible neurological damage is also possible. Other symptoms include tingling in the feet and hands, extreme fatigue, weakness, and irritability. Vitamin B12 is found primarily in meat and dairy products. Vitamin B6. B6 insufficiency can cause anemia along with skin disorders such as a rash or cracks around the mouth. Depression and confusion are also typical, as are nausea and an increased susceptibility to infections and skin rashes. B6 comes from fish, such as tuna and salmon, whole grains and cereals, ground beef, chicken breast, watermelon, potatoes, and spinach. Vitamin B3 or niacin. A lack of niacin causes digestive issues, nausea, and abdominal cramps. Severe deficiency may also cause mental confusion. Niacin can be found in chicken, fish, red meat, peanuts, and whole grains such as wheat and barley. Vitamin B9, folate or folic acid. Diarrhea and anemia are common symptoms in someone with a folate deficiency. A folate deficiency is especially dangerous for pregnant women because it can cause birth defects. Vitamin B9 is found in meats, certain fish, whole grains, leafy green vegetables, citrus fruits, fortified cereals, and legumes. Clearly, B vitamin deficiencies can lead to a variety of health problems. Your doctor will prescribe a supplement if he or she thinks you're not getting enough.
I think I might have that.
Michelle, I just got some breaking news information.
What?
I just got some breaking news.
Wait a minute. Hang on.
Did you see? I sent it to
I'm
you.
pulling it up right now as you're speaking, my love. What is happening? Should I be scanned?
No. Just read this.
What?
She's like, what? We're about to tell you guys what it is, what I just received. And Michelle's going to read it to you guys.
Oh, boy. Okay. San Francisco board open to reparations with $5 million payouts. San Francisco supervisors have expressed support for an ambitious reparations plan that would include a $5 million lump sum payment for each eligible Black person, among other What the fuck? Where are they going to get $5 million to pay each black person that's in California?
Huh?
In San
Where?
Francisco?
Well, that lets Molly will always say that money is fake. You know, Molly, I sent the article to you.
Payments of $5 million. Let me just read this first paragraph. Payments of $5 million to every eligible black adult, the elimination of personal debt and tax burdens, guaranteed annual incomes of at least $97,000 for 250 years in homes in San Francisco for just $1 a family. The fuck is happening?
I don't understand that. I'm not like saying this like no disrespect, but is that how much money we have in this world? I'm confused. This is just in San Diego, right?
San Francisco. San Francisco.
Right, the San Francisco treat.
Molly, we have not heard this before. This is news
we heard it before because we did talk about the reparations, but they didn't give a breakdown of like this. They didn't give it, a breakdown like this. They just said, because we talked about it before in the Morning Mac show about them giving reparations, and we were saying how could they, what was it going to look like, and it was supposed to give every person $236,000 from what I reported before.
Well, there's a lot more than that happening.
That's what it was said. This is the newest and latest update to that. Go finish reading, Michelle.
Sure thing. Let me pull my phone back up. Jesus. Okay. These were some of the more than 100. Oh, there's more. These were some of more than 100 recommendations made by a city-appointed reparations committee tasked with the thorny question of how to atone for centuries of slavery and systemic racism. And the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, hearing the report for the first time Tuesday, voiced enthusiastic for the ideas listed, with some saying money should not stop the city from doing the right thing. Several supervisors said they were surprised to see a pushback from political liberal San Franciscans, apparently unaware that the legacy of slavery and racist policies continues to keep Black Americans on the bottom rungs of health, education, and prosperity, overrepresented in prisons and homeless populations. Those of my constituents who lost their minds about this proposal, it's not something we're doing or we would do for other people. Oh, hang on, everybody, sit down. It's something we would do for our future, everybody's collective future, said Supervisor Raphael Madeline, whose district includes the heavily, you ready, Althea, the LGBTQD, they forgot the D, Castro neighborhood.
D for disabled.
They forgot the D for disabled. Funny how that fucked up shit works. The draft reparation plans released in December is unmatched nationwide. Its specificity and breadth. The committee hasn't done an analysis of the cost proposal, but critics have slammed the plan as financially and politically impossible. Well, so an estimate from Stanford University's Hoover Institute, which leans conservative, has said it would cost each non-Black family in the city at least $600,000. Despite Tuesday's ununanimous expression of support for reparations by the board to not mean all the recommendations will ultimately be adopted, as the body can vote to approve, reject, or change all of them. A final committee report is due in June. Some supervisors had said previously that the city can't afford any major reparation payments right now, given its deep deficit amid a tech industry boom downturn. Titian Hollis, vice chair of the African American Reparations Committee, alluded to those comments, and several people who lined up to speak reminded the board that they would be watching closely what the supervisors do next. I don't need to impress upon the fact that we are setting a national precedent here in San Francisco, Hollis said. What we are asking for, what we're demanding for, is a real commitment to what we need to move things forward. The idea of paying compensation for slavery transaction across cities and universities. In 2020, California became the first state to form a reparations task force and is struggling to put a price tag on what is owed. The idea has not been taken up at the federal level. In San Francisco, Black residents once made up more than 13% of the city's population. But more than 50 years later, now in 2023, they account for less than 6% of the city's residents. I can do math. Oh, but wait. And they're 38% of its homeless population. Shit, the homeless are going to be rich, bitch. The Fillmore district once thrived with Black-owned nightclubs and shops until the government redeveloped it in the 1960s, forced out residents. Fewer than 50,000 Black people still live in the city, and it's not clear how many would be eligible. Possible criteria include having lived in the city during certain periods of time and descending from certain someone incarcerated for a failed war on drugs. What the hell? Critics said the payouts make no sense in a city that never enslaved Black people. Opponents generally say taxpayers who were never slave owners should not have to pay money to people who not enslaved them. Advocates say that views ignores a wealth of data and historical evidence showing that after U.S. slavery officially ended in 1865, government policies and practice worked to imprison Black people at higher rates. My sister works in the Northern Virginia Juvenile Detention Center. I can attest to that. Deny access to home and business loans and restrict where they could work and live. Justin Hansford, professor at Howard University School of Law, says no municipal reparations plan will have enough money to right the wrongs of slavery, but he appreciates any attempts to genuinely, legitimately, authentically make things right. And that includes cash. It's the thought that counts, I guess. If you're going to try to save your money, you have to speak in the language that people understand, and that money is that language. Yeah, I know. Johnny Dennis, chair of the San Francisco Republican Party, does not want reparations. He says he'd support a serious conversation on the topic. He does not consider the board's discussion of $5 million payouts to be one. This conversation we're having in San Francisco is completely unserious. They just threw a number on the table with no analysis, Dennis said. It seems ridiculous. I would say even suspicious, perhaps weird. It also seems that this is one city where it could possibly pass. The board created the 15-member reparations committee in late 2002, months after Governor Gavin Newsom approved a statewide task force amid national turmoil after a white Minneapolis officer killed George Floyd, a Black man. The committee continues to deliberate recommendations, including monetary compensation, and its report to legislature on July 1. At that point, it will go up to the lawmakers to draft and pass legislation. The state panel made the controversial decision in March to limit reparations to descendants of Black people who were in the country in the 19th century. Some reparation advocates say that approach does not take into account harms that Black immigrants suffer. Under San Francisco's draft, a person would have to be at least 18 years old and have identification as Black/African American in public documents for at least 10 years. Eligible people must also meet 2 of 8 other criteria, though the list may change. Those criteria include being born in or migrating to San Francisco between 1940 and 1996, and living in the city for at least 13 years, being displaced by the city by urban renewal from 1949 and 1973, or the descendant of someone who was attending the city's public schools before they were fully desegregated, being a descendant of a enslaved person. The Chicago suburb of Evanston became the first U.S. city to fund reparations. The city gave money to qualifying people for home repairs, down payments, and interest or late penalties due on property. In December, Boston City Council approved a reparations study task force. Woo! That was a lot of words.
That you know what? That was a lot of work for them to say
Thank you for letting
that they're not going to get it. See, people are thinking, oh, we're going to finally get reparations. But look at all of the stuff that you have to do and have to meet and all that. Half of them, it's only 13% Black population.
But wait, you forget 38
of it
is
is
homeless.
And remember, the homeless was probably shipped there from somewhere else in the country because
But
that's
they
how
got the homeless got to prove. They got to have ID on them and prove who they say
most
they are.
homeless people don't. Homeless people don't got ID. Most homeless people can't prove that they stay there, and a lot of the homeless people were implanted from other places. You know
what? You know what? In my opinion, and you're free to disagree with me. In my opinion, it's more than money. You got to talk the talk. You got to start breaking down the systematic systems of oppression that are still built into this country. You got to take "In God We Trust" off the fucking dollar.
It ain't even about that.
Believe it.
They're giving you an impossible Whopper. That's what they're giving you. They giving you a wood nickel. This is just something so the Black people can say, oh, yeah, give me. But you got to qualify for it.
Have you had the impossible Whopper?
Ain't nobody going to qualify for that stuff. If they do, few and far in between. And that's where they could get out of that reparations. Well, we gave you reparations for those who qualify. San Francisco did it. Come on, man. This is a joke. This is something to get the wheels spinning, to get Black people thinking that they're running there. This is something that they're throwing out there. And it's a doggy bowl. They dangling the carrot so you can follow. Man, forget that mess.
Have you had the impossible Whopper?
Yes.
And it is impossible.
And let me tell you something. It got just as much calories as the regular Whopper, if not more, because you got to put all that preservatives and mess in it for it to even taste good. And that's what they're doing. Just give me a lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise sandwich with my pickle on it. That's the impossible Whopper. Eat it like that. We had vegetable sandwiches. That's what you eat instead of this impossible meat patty that got all these preservatives in it and carcinogenics. That you're thinking is good. Huh?
I said, why were there 2 cows put on the ark? Because we're supposed to eat them.
That's if you believe in that story. But hey, and it was also, people don't tell you the Bible. They tell you the food you're supposed to eat if you're going to read the Bible. And it also says food that we're not supposed to eat. But then that's the Old Testament. And then when the New Testament comes, Jesus said he forgave all of that. So that's why you say your grace over the food that you eat. You thank God he made everything, edible and all that. That's if you follow with the stories.
Wait, I got a question. When you said in the Bible it tells us the food that we shouldn't eat, are you talking about that apple Eve threw at Adam?
No, I'm not talking about it. Well, no. Nobody, the Bible never said it was an apple. Man said it was an apple. The Bible never said what kind of fruit it was.
Oh.
Man said it was the apple. They just it could have been a fig. It could have been a pear. It could have been, anything. They're going to get me. Look, yesterday I got $1 from the Breath of Life Church, and I want to thank them because we had like 52 views yesterday. And I mentioned yesterday, if you see, cash app, if everybody just cashed app $1, it will help. Out of the views, was thinking enough views, only one person, Breath of Life, help. So thank you to the Breath of Life Ministry. And thank you for your donation.
Mm-hmm.
Every dollar counts. And thank you for your $1. That's all I can say. We got the cash app running along the bottom. If anybody want to donate, I think it's running along the thing, right?
There it is, Reese Tyree. Cash App donations are always appreciated.
Yeah, that helps us do the production and do what we need to do. And the Morning Mac Show, it's a platform. It's an open platform. It's everybody's opinion. And I try to give you information and love. So
I always feel loved. When I'm on here. Thank you. Even when Slicky's yelling in all caps all the time, I still feel loved.
You still feel love. Okay, let's get back to the Wellness Wednesday. I'm about to say the Monday Madness because it almost got me forgot about it. Molly said all fruits was what's called apples, even berries. I mean, even except nuts.
Nuts.
You accept nuts.
Nuts. That's why squirrels must be so crazy for them. I like nuts. I like peanuts. I don't have any nut allergies.
Even nuts, you know. Well, some people do. I have
Do
seafood allergies.
do you find it weird though? Because you remember when we were kids, and I don't remember like now, like when my kid was in school. One time I got a note sent home, like we couldn't send stuff in because there were kids that may have nut allergies. So it had to be like store-bought stuff, individually wrapped, contained no nuts. And I don't remember kids having allergies as much then as they seem to do now. Or am I just being paranoid?
Nope, each generation get weaker, wiser. You developed allergies over the years. Like my allergist told me, because I didn't have asthma as a child, I grew into it. It's the poor air quality, it's the stuff we put in our bodies, it's all that good stuff, all that good jargon. But back to the health part of the show, Wednesday Wellness. And I want to also let people know spirulina, if you have seafood allergies, they tell you not to eat spirulina. I cannot take spirulina. Yeah. Molly can't take it because we're allergic to seafood.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Spirulina is not a plant. It's that blue-green algae. It's the bacteria that grows in the ocean.
Yeah.
And they tell people that if you have, it's a living organism. Bacteria is alive, people. So it's a living organism. And they tell you that if you are allergic to seafood, do not take spirulina. Nope. Spirulina, what I wanted to hit on, even though it says over B12, it's not. You cannot use that and say spirulina promotes any bees, because
you can't use spirulina in place of B12.
No. Spirulina is opposite. Spirulina, they say is good for bee. It's not. It blocks it. It's a fake bee replacement, and it blocks the actual B12 getting absorbed and getting used by what it needs to be for the body. So spirulina, not only is it a fake bee, it'll block your original bee, and you don't want that at all. That's why they tell you don't take spirulina, because if you have bee deficiencies, spirulina is not what you want to take. If you're allergic to spirulina is not what you want to take. Spirulina will block your absorption of the B vitamins, and they will attach and make like fake B vitamins. I mean, your body thinking that you got B, and attaching and using the spirulina, and the spirulina is not a vitamin or at all. It's fake, and it blocks, so they help the good production of the good B vitamins.
Molly's asking, where do you get it from? Probably Amazon.
Spirulina is in all the health stores. Spirulina is in GNC. Spirulina is all over the place. But Molly, you can't take it because you're allergic to seafood. And you shouldn't want to take it. Because like I said, it blocks, even though they say the astronauts, you need this for vitamin.
What do you replace it with? He was asking, what do you replace it with? The spirulina. Just don't take it.
You don't take it. It was
just vitamin B.
The vitamin B in your body, you get vitamin B from natural foods that you eat. Spirulina is not a vitamin B. It's not a replacement. It's a blocker. It blocks your vitamin B. That's what it do. It imitates it and blocks it. So you don't want that anyway in your body. They were saying that spirulina is a superfood, and it's not.
Yeah, but again, it was a superfood for astronauts who were shooting themselves into space, and they had to dehydrate everything they were eating and then pee in a tube. So, I mean, they're putting themselves in a different environment. So maybe when you're up in space floating around, spirulina is okay to go with. But again, that guy who wrote the book, How Not to Die, or was it How Not to Die? I laughed when I saw the title, because that's where and again, this is just my opinion. People worry so much, get caught up so much in not dying, they forget how to live.
That's true.
We're gonna die.
And look, and guess what? And time, look, Molly has said time is an illusion, because once you're bored, you're dying right then and there. The clock is ticking. Sorry, y'all. Sinus and allergies. The wind was blowing good. I got allergies and sinus, and then when they pulled the tooth, it seems like everything that was in my head, it was leaking out. My face was so swollen. The sinus cavities were swollen up underneath. So that's what I'm struggling with, only for a few hours, because I am going to take a Mucinex, and that'll dry my sinuses up. So I know what works for me. I can't tell you guys, what might work for you all. I just know what works for me. I cannot ingest sea moss, but a lot of people can. Everybody's body is different. Yep. Everybody's body is different. Sea moss is an algae. Sea moss is not a bacteria like spirulina. So spirulina is
again, you said the magical word there. Bacteria. What? Bacteria. Yeah. Why do you want to eat a bacteria? What, just because you saw algae running around on SpongeBob SquarePants, you think it's okay to eat?
Some bacteria, your body needs good bacteria.
Well, yeah.
It's good for gut health.
I got that.
But there's a balance. You have a balance. She said, I will put a tablespoon
in my green smoothies off and on. My favorite is wheatgrass, though. I believe she was saying the sea moss. Yeah. Also drinks the sea moss like our boy Molly. So
yeah, the sea moss. Of course, I had to do that. It has 92 vitamins and minerals that our body needs. It has 102 vitamins and minerals, and 92 of them our body needs. But if you're somebody that with allergies, especially seafood allergies like me and Molly, we gotta really watch that. Because my allergy, I can't eat the lemongrass or the wheatgrass because I'm allergic to a whole bunch of stuff. I'm allergic to everything. It seems like in a free world, and I gotta watch. But when I say I have allergies, it does different things. Like some allergies may cause my eyes to run, my nose to run, water. It may cause sinuses, and then I have other food that would trigger other parts of my allergies where my breathing. I would swell up. Like seafood, I could die. I could go into anaphylactic shock and actually die from it. That's how deadly seafood is to me, that I cannot even cross-contaminate. If you're scooping up something with seafood and you use the same utensils, I get sick. I have gotten sick. And this is the honest to goodness, no lie. Wow. Me and Misha, my bestie, we was at Outback Steakhouse. I ordered a steak, right? Steak came. I didn't know what was going on. I'm eating the steak. The steak was put on the same grill as fish and lobster. Don't you know? I'm eating the steak and I start getting sick, and my lips right there in front of you started swelling up. The lips and we called the manager over, and they found out that they put my steak on the same grill where they had the lobster and fish. That's cross-contamination. First of all, they're not supposed to do that. OSHA could come in and shut them down. You're not even supposed to fry a chicken in the same grease that you're frying all that seafood and all that, because people have allergies.
Yeah, it's no joke.
Supposed to be fried alone, but just eating that cross-contamination on the same hot ass grill, I was going toast. I had to take my Benadryl. And there was another time we was in the Indian restaurant in Bethesda. We do good things. Supposed to be nice things, supposed to be all vegan, all vegetables, right? We're in there. I'm ordering the food, and they said no seafood in this. Oh no seafood in this.
Come on.
Thank you very much. No seafood in this. When they use fish oil, fish sauce, right? To prepare the food for the flavor. Fish sauce, guess what? That's what fish sauce is.
No, you know what? It's a scary thing. And what you're saying about seafood is true. My grandma, that's how my grandmother passed away. She was out to lunch with some friends. She ate, even though she knew she wasn't supposed to be eating it, she ate something, had an allergic reaction. Back in the day, they didn't carry the EpiPen. The ambulance couldn't find where she was. She went into anaphylactic shock, had a heart attack, and died.
Yeah, it's scary.
I mean, it's no joke when you play around with people's food. I mean, I'm blessed not to have the food allergies. I have the seasonal allergies. But food allergies, I mean, like when I watch you, people truly suffer if they put the wrong thing in their body.
And not only in their body when they're around it, because I can't even smell it cooking. It gets me congested just like this. And if I touch it, like I found out that I break out on my skin. Like I was handling some fish, and for my grandmother, and I must have touched my face. So next thing I know, I was broke out all over in welts. And they was like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "I didn't know. I don't know. It's that bad." So yeah, seafood can kill me. But you want to hear something that's crazy? How come I can eat canned tuna?
You can eat canned tuna? It's chicken of the sea. That's why.
I ain't messing with the chicken of the sea, but I will eat albacore tuna in water. I will eat that in water, and my body is okay.
That's kind of weird.
And everything, but it's so many things. You got everybody's body is different. That's why I said the only best thing that you could do to be healthy and lose weight is to eat good, which you're supposed to get like a lot of good vegetables, leafy vegetables and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with being a vegan. There's nothing wrong with being a vegetarian. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being just you got everybody got to do what's best for their body in order to live. And you know what's best. What I'm telling people, there's no such a thing as a quick fix. There's no such thing as a cure-all pill. There's no such. That's why they call diet a diet, because you would die trying it. That's why you would die trying it. I kid you not. And
I didn't become a bulimic because I enjoyed dieting.
See, and diets are not a quick fix. It's just a tool. Only you can fix you. It's mental, and it's got to do with our willpower. And take it from a black, fat, overweight woman with a bunch of health issues. I can tell you what not to do. I can write a book about what not to do because like I said, I did it. I didn't listen. I ate. I did what I wanted to. I ate, and I got myself in this situation. So now I have to backpedal and get myself out. All of this weight didn't happen in one day, and I cannot lose it in one day. But now I have other restrictions on me that is interfering with me losing weight like I'm supposed to, because back then when I first piled on the weight, I didn't have the health issues, didn't have to take the medication alone blocked my resources, so I could go out, exercise, run a mile, same as you, but because I have other health problems that require medicine, that medicine makes my effort null and void. I don't have to eat shit and still gain weight. How about that?
Well, if you're taking steroids, you're going to gain weight.
How about that? I was in a hospital with an IV bag, and it wasn't even a dextrose IV bag. And the medicine that they gave me for my lungs shot my sugar so hot, so far up. And I just looked at it. I said, this don't make any sense. Here I am suffering for something that food caused. If I eat the food and sugar go up, I can't eat jack shit. Sugar steady going up. And I ain't even ate enough. I didn't even cause it to go up. I was like, I didn't even cause this to go up. And it's up. I can't eat.
If it's up, then 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 it's up.
It was up because I couldn't eat it. I could eat dinner. Dinner was up, honey.
Oh, Lordy. Are we at our 1 hour mark now?
Yeah.
Good Lord, that went quick.
Well, I blow my nose before I take my allergy pill and my Mucinex.
Get it out. Get it out. Get it out now while you can.
See, all the wind
allergy pill dries it all up.
And I was out in the wind dealing with the toothache and running to the doctor, running to get my meds and doing stuff.
It's the month of March. It comes in like a lion and out like a little lamb.
Well, I know this is a heavy hit. From now to June, I'm gonna have really bad allergies or really bad symptoms. I don't know what's blooming, but hey, it's whatever's in the air. But it's okay. Okay, Malik Bey, yes, sir. But too much soy.
Too much soy is never good for you because vegan diets do contain soy. And Malik said veganism can lead to cancer. DJ Slicky Woo Boo said, you had the pluckies, Reese.
Slicky is the plucky.
But again, I mean, I think, you know what? Like what you've been saying and like even what Molly just said, you know, too much of anything is never good for you. And I think what happens is again, like we get, as an alcoholic addict, I get addicted to feeling good in a good time. And too much of any of that will, you know, nothing lasts forever. The party's got to end sometime. So that's where for me, I try to find the balance where I got to just be like, remind myself, I got to watch what I eat. I got to get sleep. I got to be mindful in the morning and take some time for me because I got to find that center because we run into a world, Althea, where we have too much of everything.
Too much of the bad things and not enough of the good things, the right things. We're here if we choose to, you know, to accept it. But like I said, this didn't happen to me overnight, and that was even hard for me to undo what I did because of different medications and different health issues that I have now. I didn't have when I was younger. If I worked on it then when I was younger without the health issues and the medication that I have to take now, I might have been able to do it, but I was too busy out there messing myself up, putting whatever about having a good time.
We were ripping and running.
You know, now you regret it. You know, like I said, it would be something that if I could just, because I have the willpower to do it, but I don't have the stamina, the energy, and my body metabolism is different now because of the medicine I take. Like I said, me and Michelle can run a mile, but because I have these restraints on it, her mile may do her wonders. My mile is just going to be like, okay, you just run a mile.
I only run a mile if I'm being chased.
So.
And then I'm motivated to
run.
The
environment is making us sick too. Exactly. It certainly is, Tina. Amen to that. Because that's what it's doing, is messing up the spirulina in the sea and all of that. Because that's why they're telling you now it's the bacteria. It's in the sea, but you don't want to get it. You want to get it before the environment gets to it, before it gets contaminated with the environment. Okay, these days, are you going to trust any maker or manufacturer that says, hey, I got to this a bacteria in the ocean before the elements in the ocean got to it? Are you going to trust that? Heck no. That's why we all sink and falling down.
And do we forget how much pollution there is in the ocean?
In the world, period. The air
let's go eat that spirulina. Go put it on some spaghetti. Sprinkle a little on top. People consistently dump waste in the ocean. Hey, mama, look at sis out in the backyard. Boom. Yeah, that's me. I'm sitting in my sunroom. This is where I can smoke like a chain smoker, Slicky.
Well, tomorrow, guys, is Tall Tale Thursdays. That means we're going to bring you a story, and can you believe it or not? Look, you bring that reparation story back. Can you believe it or not? There, San Francisco, the breaking news. Thank you, Aya, for the breaking news story.
Thank you.
Believe it or not. So we're going to bring Molly and Michelle. Before we bring Molly in to close us out, any parties? Anything you want to say, Michelle? Where we performing at? Where we going?
Oh, well, tonight I'm going to be with... tonight we're going to be hanging out with Cool Bubba Ice, Katie Funny as fuck in Capitol Heights, Maryland at 563 Ritchie Road. And also Mr. Lawrence Owens is going to be hosting. I've been blessed with a guest spot, so I'm going to run my mouth for a minute or two, and I'm going to bring my sister along. And if I have to give her some of my time, God damn it, I will. And lastly, live to eat. Don't eat to live. Right? Did I say it right?
No, you said it backwards.
Well, eat to live. Don't live to eat. You know what I meant.
We eat to live.
Enjoy your food. Enjoy your food.
She said live to eat. Don't listen to Michelle. Y'all be like me, a medication, overweight, all kinds of allergies and stuff. And you want to live your best life, so you want to enjoy life. and your quality in life will let you know how much you can enjoy it. So, you know, I don't want to live forever in misery, stuck. You know, I want to enjoy it.
Molly's on a call, ladies. Good show. So does that mean we're closing things out today?
Well, good show. We talked about the do's and the don'ts, the ills and the wills of that good old spirulina, and why you should watch what you eat and what you put in your body. That was basically the topic of the show. You know, we got on here saying the astronaut said spirulina, superfood. Word, magic word, superfood. There's no such thing as a superfood. Ain't no superfood gonna save you. You know, all foods are superfood. You eat it in moderation. Do what you have to do right by. Okay. And we had our breaking news story. We talked about the reparation in San Francisco. That, you know, rice and roti, San Francisco. That's how I remember that.
San Francisco treat.
The San Francisco treat. Where they get ready to treat every slave that was there.
You get rice-a-roni. You get rice-a-roni. We all get rice-a-roni.
That could prove there was a slave and not an implant, that you got your homeless, that your ID back in 1946 when they had the chemical flood, when they had to get everybody out of San Francisco. You gotta prove all that crap. You know, this is always a catch-22. It's like, Reese, I'm gonna give you $1 million, but there's a catch to it. You got to swing from this tree, climb onto that roof, jump that hurdle, and go under that bridge and be able to fit a size 4 dress in order for me to give you this money. I'd be like, what
please. You know, you don't need 2 canes.
There's always a catch. There's always a catch-22. There's a catch 44. They take it and devil it, you know, so.
For real. All right. Well, we're peacing out, I guess.
Peace.
Because I got to run anyway.
Tune in tomorrow for Tall Tale Thursdays. And I'm going with Michelle because they're going to give her some time, and I'm going to jump up there. That's where we're going to have the debut of Fucking Funny, because that's where we are. We're fucking funny. She's funny, and I bring the funny.
But who does what, or do we do both?
Fucking funny. We're funny fuckers. Hey, that's us. Fucking funny.
It's true.
F and F.
Oh, Lord. All right. Well, have a good morning. I love you. I'll see you later.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.